This episode of PTG is brought to you by the HK Army Black November sale happening right now at hkarmy.com. And you are not going to want to miss this, as they have up to 50% off the entire HK Army Fire Sale collection from now until December 1st. These are the biggest sales of the year all month long, with crazy discounts including $100 off Expand gear bags and 20% off on jerseys, pants, and more. Head on over to hkarmy.com and shop the fire sale right now. Let's go, PTG fam. We cannot thank you enough for supporting the companies that support PTG. This episode is brought to you by Lone Wolf Paintball. They are an amazing online supplier and have been around since the beginning of the game as Michigan's premier paintball field and paintball supplier since 1987. They are rapidly expanding into the online retail space and supplying everything you need to be the best paintball player you can be. They have got it all. Head over to lonewolfpaintball.com and shop all of your favorite brands. And they also boast amazing customer service and will have this out to you with same-day shipping, which is amazing. It's always nice to know that your stuff is on its way immediately so you can start to use it that very next weekend of play. Check out their YouTube, Lone Wolf Paintball, and their Instagram at Lone Wolf PB, and stay up to date with all of their deals and sales. Play the Game podcast is immensely honored to have them on board, and we cannot wait for you guys to check out lonewolfpaintball.com and become a part of their community. This episode of PTG is brought to you by Transfuse, the hydration, immunity, and mental clarity booster, and Transcend nootropics. And with just one serving of Transfuse, it is equal to 4 of the competitors in one. And there is no other formula as potent as Transfuse on the market. And you are all encouraged to go and compare the formulas with any other products on the market and see for yourself just how amazing it is. Transfuse uses all natural flavors, colors, and sweeteners, and there's no proprietary blends, so you know exactly every milligram of each ingredient you are consuming. This formula was created to optimize your mind, body, and immunity, and Transfuse can be used as a high-performance multiplier for working out and any competitive sports or demanding lifestyles. Also, be sure to get your hands on the Transcend, which is a nootropic formula that improves cognitive function and can replace your morning coffee, pre-workouts, energy drinks, or energy shots. The formula contains lion's mane, alpha GPC, teacrine, and dynamin. Transcend was created based off of research studies to help with cognitive control and mental function. So get your hands on some Transcend and some Transfuse today. Head on over to transfuseusa.com. Use code PLAYTHEGAME for 10% off and sign up for monthly delivery service for an additional 10% off to take advantage of 20% off these products altogether right now. Head on over there, support PTG. We appreciate you, and we'll see you in the show.
What's going on, PTG Nation? Thank you guys so much for tuning in and rocking with us. This is a World Cup special. We have Mikko Huttunen here to break some major Hormesis news. There's going to be tons of exciting stuff happening at the World Cup venue. If you guys are going, we cannot wait to see you. Please do not be shy. Come say what up. Say hello to us. Make sure to go out of your way to say hi, grab our attention, let us know that you listen to the show. We cannot wait to rock with everybody out there. World Cup is a vibe. Not only is it a vibe, it's a damn holiday. There, I said it. It is a holiday. And this episode is the start of the holiday season. Can't wait for you guys to listen to it. So without further ado, we're going to hop in the show.
That was an insane inside move by Marcelo Margot. Great communication.
And the crowd starts chanting Harmon.
Great shot by all the guys, though. Tyler Harmon saved that game.
He came out with 2 wins. Marcelo Margot was on fire.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We have Mikko Huttunen, the man, the myth, the Hormesis legend right now. You are working on a ton of amazing projects, Mikko. You're actually out in Orlando getting ready for the World Cup. Ty, Mikko, what's up, guys?
Yo.
What up? What up? Good to see you guys.
You too.
Good to see you too, man. Hey, it's World Cup time. It's a party. Everybody's getting ready. Mikko, I know you're having a lot of fun, and I'm actually already out here in Florida as well. So we're kind of neighbors right now, and we're excited to talk to you. We know you're cooking up a lot of fun stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, this is like the crazy time of the year every year, like, you know, going to World Cup, and like we had a lot of things going on with the Hormesis doing the duel. and then been filming the movie for the whole year, and that's kind of like coming to the end for filming part. And now it's the World Cup. It's the biggest event of the year, and we've done some crazy stuff for the World Cup at Hormesis, so I'm excited. But it's I've been here since Thursday, so we've been kind of trying to get everything organized. So I was filming the Damage, Infamous, and AC Dallas.
Diesel.
Dude,
send that footage over. Just create a little Google Drive and let me see what you got.
It's funny, like on filming this movie. So anybody doesn't know, like we're filming a paintball movie, like, and it's like very true to a like action sports movie, like what we talked about with Alex Frazee like year and a half ago. It's a year and a half ago now, and then like we're just talking about it would be cool to make like a paintball movie, something that is legit, bringing the whole community together, and it's not like trying to be anything else than just being for the paintball players. Just kind of like back in the old days, those movies came out, because especially nowadays with the short format, like Instagram Reels and TikTok and all that stuff, like I feel like people have kind of like forgotten to longer format productions and stuff. So so Alex was super, like, he wanted to do it. I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it like last 10 years, but Alex was like crazy enough to arrange the financing for it, because it's very expensive to make like something cool. And then we were able to kind of, assemble the legends and the all-stars of the paintball filming together. And some of the new guys, like the top real guys were helping me film. Pat Sporer has been back, like he came out of retirement, basically just saying like, only person I would basically work with would be Alex and you, so it's been super, super fun, but also busy, because we've been going since beginning of the season, like most of the practices, we've been filming you guys, like and then filming all the tournaments and then doing all the other stuff. So but it's dope, so right now we're coming into kind of the final stages of filming the movie. It's going to be like I said, it's going to be very true to like action sports kind of format. So there's not really like we're not going to have like boring interviews and tell me like, why do I play paintball? This is a visual movie with good music that is supposed to be like, if you watch it, you want to go play paintball. And we're following some of the greatest players, some of the greatest teams, some of the greatest events and stuff. And it's not like it's very, but not too much for you guys see it, but we also went like huge on like with equipment. So we used some of the like, top Hollywood level cameras and like kind of like a little bit of different look in the game, I would say, because some of the stuff people have seen before, but we tried to do something different, and you, Tyler, we've been out in Houston filming you, and we got some good stuff, we got some good things in there, and it's been kind of interesting because people have been super patient, the players. Like sometimes like I ask a lot, like hey, can you put this GoPro on, can you do this and this and this, and can you do this? And I know like as a player that's like, you're trying to do your job and everything else, but like then I feel like people being super, super supportive, understanding that this is something that lasts a little longer than just the second. And then idea is that we're gonna get this all edited down. I'm gonna start editing probably in December, and then it's gonna go like my ideal goal would be like early next season. We're gonna have a huge premiere in one of the events. The whole community together, rent the movie theater, and just do it like proper, So that's kind of the plan where we at. And like I said, like I was inspired by paintball movies to play pro paintball, and it brought me pretty much like all the way from Finland to Russian Legion to Ironman and everything. But it all started seeing like a push and like some of those movies. And if I can do the same thing for some kid, that would be sick,
Yeah,
that's where we at. But
it gives me chills just thinking about it, because what push did for me as a paintball player was huge. I would come home with my VHS, pop that thing in the VHS player and watch it on repeat. And it was the music, it was the slow-mo, it was the, the camaraderie, the little, connectivity things that get just transparent, and you get to see into the life of these paintball players, see how they move and what they're doing.
Exactly. And that was the same thing for me. I remember like we're living on this like with my paintball buddies, like we're like 18, 17 or something like that. And I just moved out of home and we were living in this like kind of apartment downtown in Finland. And we got the post and we are like all watching. It's like, this is sick. It like really made those guys be like the rock stars, like the Lasoyas and Rockies and everybody,
Those videos did such a good job of capturing the lifestyle. We talk about this a lot on the show, the importance of capturing the lifestyle of professional paintball players. That's really what entices. It's like the skateboard movement in the 90s, surfing, it's snowboarding, those like extreme sports that are kind of niche. It's the lifestyle, you buy into the lifestyle. So having a modern version of a paintball film that's like that is incredible. I'm so excited for it.
Yeah. And like I said, it's cool to do some like that all died away with like as internet developed, and I feel like social media came around, people attention span got really short, but I think it's coming back now. I can see it in the other action sports, the movies are coming back, the premieres are coming back, and people wanted to see something like a little bit long term than just the 10 seconds of video. And that's kind of where my heart is, So but anyways, going back to the footage, it's funny because like I actually got asked like multiple times this year, like, well, so where's this footage going? Like, I'm like, dude, like we have about 240 terabytes of footage right now from this year.
Oh my God.
And that's like nobody's seen it. It goes straight to hard drives. I have a pretty good idea what we get, and I like mark the stuff, but like these files are huge, and also like we were shooting very tight on people. Like it's like you can't see anything out of that footage.
Yeah, totally.
So Miko, how do you scrub that much? Like, how do you go through that?
I don't know. That's a good question. Ask me in 2 months.
Lots of coffee, maybe some whiskey.
I actually just finished a fishing movie with what we did with Mr. Yu and Paxson, and we just had a bunch of premiums. So I have a pretty good idea, like going into like editing, like what it takes and how fast it's going to be. But it's going to be a lot of work, but it should be fun too.
Oh heck yeah!
There's a lot of some like funny stuff too. Like I don't know if I can even put that in a movie because So, but we'll see. Like I said, I want to do something that inspires people and hopefully people enjoy it and brings the community together. It brings all the paintball guys together, and that's kind of the goal.
What I really loved about it was that the focus wasn't on just Hormesis athletes. It was on all the athletes, the top athletes. It was on, people from all different brands. That didn't matter. It had nothing to do with promoting a brand. It had to do with promoting the lifestyle and professional paintball, what we do. You know what I mean? I think that says a lot.
That's a good point because that was one of the big things because like people are kind of confused. I'm like, oh, is this going to be a Hormesis movie? Actually, like there's not too many Hormesis guys in the movie. Like it's like we just wanted to pick the players we wanted to portray, and we wanted to pick the other things we want to like put in the movie. There's nothing to do like, and also that's why we didn't take like we're gonna approach. Hopefully, hello industry, we need money. So, but like, we're going to approach people, and if people want to support the movie, but we didn't want to do any agreements with anybody because I didn't want to have someone to say like, well, we're giving you, this much money, and now you got to put this guy like gearing up on his gear and doing this. Like that's a stupid. Like I don't like that would kill the whole thing because then it's not a then it's a different type of movie. I understand that too. If you do a brand movie, like
totally,
and it can be super sick, but this is not the case on this one. Like we have, pretty much from every brand, like guys in it, and it's nothing to do with what gear you wear. And Alex was super, super cool, and that's how he wanted to do it. He's like, I don't care, like I don't care. I want Tyler in the movie, I want this kind of movie. I'm not going to tell who's in the movie, but that was one of the big things in the beginning that we wanted to do. So,
and it's been an absolute labor of love. You know what I mean? This is for the love of the game. And Alex has such an amazing vision on what he wants to accomplish with this, and having people like you and Pat and everybody that you've incorporated into the process of making this, it is going to be a really profound piece of work. And the music, man, we've got to talk about the music because I know you guys are going all out. I don't know what you can say about it, but kind of
can't say anything because we're still in the process. We're right now licensing a lot of the stuff, but it's gonna be like it's what we want to put in the movie. There's no like we didn't go like everything. Like I literally like been listening thousands and thousands of songs, and I hear something good. I'm like, this is gonna go to the movie, and hopefully we get all those pieces. Some of them might be hard, but I have a pretty like Dan Napoli is helping us, and we got some other guys working on it. So. like on the music licensing side, so they have experience of getting it. But like I don't know anything about it, to be honest. Like I just like, get me this song, please.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
So
yeah, Alex has been, every time I'm with him, I feel like he's listening to songs. He's like, oh, can we get this one for you? Like, this has been a huge passion project. This has been at the forefront of his mind every time we're at practice or, you know, anytime we're together. So I personally cannot wait to see the final product of this. I know it's going to be just great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's the like I said, same for me. Like I didn't like. There's also questions. People are like, well, like, you know, like what's the deal? Like who's gonna make? I'm like, no. Like no one is making money. Everybody's losing money. You know, it's like it's costing.
Right.
It's gonna cost us like hundreds of thousands of dollars to make the movie. You know,
it's crazy.
And like how it usually works in like an action sports, like how if you want to, if I'm movie maker, you know, I'm making like let's say a snowboarding movie. And let's say we're an established video production company, then we would go to you, like Marcel or Tyler, and say like, hey, we want you to be in a movie, but it's going to cost you 80 grand. And you would have to come up with the money, 80 grand to have a part in the movie. And then you would go to your sponsors and you would be like, hey, I'm going to be in this movie. I need 80 grand to be in a movie. And that's like 80 grand is like, you know, snowboarding stuff we did back in the days. That was like a normal deal, you know? Mm-hmm. And then you would,
interesting.
Athletes was also, they would have a video budget on their contract. So they would say, like, let's say that somebody gets paid $30,000 to wear a product. And then they would have another like $15,000 of video project money that they can't get, but they can use it towards the project they want to work on. So we got a long ways to go in paintball on that. And like, I think there's confusion. People are like, well, you know, like what's the profit sharing? Are you guys not doing that? That's not the case. Like, it's literally like Alex is taking a huge risk, putting money, you know, and using Hormesis and everybody and his personal, like making this thing, you know, and I'm putting the time in, like it's a whole year of work, maybe 2 years of work total. And it's just for pure passion to want to do this project. So
yeah,
that's the way.
Can't wait.
But anyways, that's the thing. So, but it gets busy too. Like right now, like we got a World Cup coming up. We just had the duel grand finale thing.
Yes, we did.
So what do you guys think about the duel?
I think the duel is excellent. Yeah, I was out there firsthand, got to witness it and actually see it in action. I think every single piece of film that you guys have posted from that is so visually captivating that is where the magic is, in my opinion. Personally, I prefer 5-on-5 paintball. I've said that before. And, you know, team paintball to me is like, you know, when you see a high level move, that's the kind of stuff that I really get excited about. But as far as being able to capture on film, seeing the way you guys have been able to capture that, and if you just go to the Hormesis Instagram page, there's tons of reels on there. That is something that I think can just get so much traction from the masses. I love the concept of being able to like build up, you know, almost like a pay-per-view kind of thing. Like if it's Marcelo versus Tyler, you know, and you can build it like a fight. You can you have those personalities that you can market and kind of pin against each other. There's a lot of opportunity in that style of a format that I think will do, you know, fantastic. And again, to me, like just the visualization of what you guys have been able to capture in the gunfight, I think anybody scrolling Instagram, whether you know paintball or not, would stumble upon that and be like, whoa, this looks really good. Like that looks good. What is this? I'm interested.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see you guys going at it. Tyler against Marcelo. That would be a really good.
Hell of a duel right there.
Yeah.
And I think
play that game.
Yeah, well, it's cool because you guys have a different type of style of playing, and it would be really interesting to see like how you guys match up. You know?
Yeah.
But also, like I think, like so. This is my personal opinion. So, like, I think people need to understand that it's not paintball in a traditional way we understand it. It's dueling. That's
totally
what it is. Dueling, and it's using paintball guns to do the duel.
Totally.
And that's where we kind of getting into. It's much tighter field. You know, there's much more like. Not to talk bad about the amateur guys, but like I also seen the pros to play because we filmed some of the Dynasty guys play against each other in Utah, which we're gonna release on our YouTube channel eventually when I have a little bit of time. So, but they're like the games span out so different than like the grand finale guys were playing. There was much more movement. There was much more like technique and tactics involved, you know. And it was super interesting to see like Ryan going against Oliver, you know.
Yeah.
It's well, like I said, we're gonna release those games like as a whole, they're going to be the whole match and coming out on YouTube eventually. Hormesis Production is the YouTube site, so please follow it.
There we go.
But we will, like I said, we'll give it a little couple weeks here. We'll get one first one out there, and like the grand finale was pretty cool though. Like I gotta say that the piece to see the fact that Oliver, Kevin, and Trucker Billy did that they used 2 months. They traveled across the United States with the bus, and they had we always had a media guy there too, like kind of like making the behind the scenes stuff and kind of capturing the things and finding those local guys that don't necessarily get their name out there or voice out there as a team players. Like we had like Smitty from Florida, like, some other guys, like really good guys. And they had an opportunity to be like, now they're like walking on an event. I feel like they're like little celebrities,
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what we wanted to do. And then them coming into play in SC Village in the, one of the oldest fields, kind of in a tight crowd. And, there was a lot of legends around that weekend, and going at it and trying to play their best. And the first round was 3 games. So there was 3 duels and best out of 3. That was a lot of paintball.
Yeah.
There was a ton of paintball. And then in the end, one guy won 10 grand. He got a gun, bunch of stuff, like $15,000 worth of product. Like that's probably the highest prize money in paintball for one person. I don't know, maybe ever, maybe not ever, but definitely up there.
Yeah, it's life-changing. It's a life-changing event. And that's what I think was the coolest thing about it was you guys created a bunch of heroes across the nation. Like you said, these people are now local celebrities at their paintball field. They won that chapter of the Hormesis duel for their area, and they hold that crown, So the more celebrities, quote unquote, that you can create in the game and then changing someone's life like that is truly astounding.
Yeah, that's incredible. And then, like I said, it's like just the fact that you let's say that we would, in a beautiful future, we would go and do big duels with the pros. So you still pay a 5-on-5 paintball, whatever the format is, and keep going. But what if you can make $100K money a year playing duels? That's how can you say no? How can you say no? It's that's
talk to me.
There's a lot of things that we have to, improve. Like this is the first year, and it was a huge leap of something new that no one's ever done. And I hope people understand that. That's again, that was a lot of everybody's time and money and everything. And it's mostly done for the love of the game. That's what Oliver's vision is, super strong on it. And he's truly a pioneer now, after being the player and still playing, but also going to this different direction that he wants the paintball to be something he wants the players to get the benefit of being what he was maybe back in the days, making those paychecks, So and that's incredible. And that can be done with the competition. There's also a lot of avenues. Let's say that we get on pay-per-view events and we promote the 3 guys, and one is the championship, whatever the round is. We can do profit sharing from it can be the contracts. We get 10,000 people to watch that thing, and a certain percentage goes to the players when you promote it and stuff. So there's a lot of different avenues that people can make money, and it's a sustainable amount of players. That if industry gets behind it and everything gets behind it, that the people can make money. Also, it allows what if we get super top celebrities outside of paintball that kind of play paintball to do celebrity matches.
Yeah,
totally. We have that. We have NFL players that, 100%. I personally, Tyler and I have said this on the show many times that all types of paintball is good for paintball. And if paintball is really going to make it, it's not going to be because, 5-man blows up or woods ball blows up. It's going to be because people fall in love with paintball, however that happens. And one of the other things that we always say is what would make becoming a professional paintball player more alluring? It would be if there was a bigger prize package. So in the one-on-ones, having this opportunity that you guys have created to be able to go and compete and win at actual money, meaningful money, the very first event being 10 grand, that is saying something. And you're right. If in the future pros can go and have a chance at winning 50 grand, say 100 grand in the future. Now, when you're in middle school and you stumble across a paintball reel and you say, Mom, I want to go try this.
It makes
and
it
you
real.
it makes it real. You're like, no, look, Tyler Harmon, I follow him on Instagram, it seems like he goes all over the country, all over the world. He just won $50,000 playing this one-on-one tournament. He does like 4 of these a year. Like, this is a real thing. It makes sense for me to sacrifice some of my time and effort in other places so that I can pursue this, and currently we don't have that in any other spot in paintball, right? We don't have that. So I think that is a massive thing that is being done here, that it's just the beginning stages, and it's really exciting to see where it could go. And I'm really excited to see what you can do with pay-per-view, because that's going to tell us really how many people are interested in watching, right? And seeing if like theories that we've had for many years are true or not.
It's also just the fact that like it focuses on the individuals. It gives you so many more marketing opportunities, because you're not only involved as a team. It is you, and that
Totally.
like that opens you the path of being like an actual extreme sports athlete, because we're such a weird sport, because we have the big teams, but we're kind of acting like we're like, extreme sports, but we're not. We're more like a hockey team, but in the same time, we're not. We're trying to be something. So we don't really like, we have our little place in the
that's okay though. That's okay though.
Totally fine. That's what I always say. I'm like, what's wrong with being paintball players? We got a healthy industry. We have a healthy place.
Yeah.
We like things are running, like, and like we do incredible things, like just being here in the World Cup and looking everything coming together right now, like at the event, like that's incredible. You're part of something really cool. And like as we evolve in a different ways and grow and everything, there's going to be, there's going to be people, there's going to be jealousy, there's going to be hate, there's going to be love, there's going to be all those things. But like, if we want to grow, we got to like expand our visions a little bit on a different ways, and that's what we're trying to do, So
yeah, man, it's going to be amazing. And we can't wait to see everybody at World Cup. It's going to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest World Cup of all time.
Yeah. We're doing opening party on Thursday at the Hormesis Oasis. It's going to be pretty sick setup. Like, I don't want to share too much about it, but I wish like everybody. So it's free. It's going to be at the field. So we have this area like next to the Hormesis booth that we're going to kind of make a pretty cool setup. You'll guys see when you get there. And
I see what you guys are doing. This is like OG Angel type stuff.
So we got some really good like DJs coming to play there. Archie's going to play a set.
Nice.
And like it's going to be open. It's an NXL party, and it's going to be open for everybody to come. You don't have to like leave the field. So it's going to start. We're going to start like 4 p.m. and then crank it up till 10 p.m. at the field. So NXL gave us because we came up the idea with them like, hey, why don't we do something like back in the days when we used to do something cool as a community together, like nobody wants to go, because everybody plays so early now and stuff. Like nobody wants to like go home, shower, you're tired, to go somewhere, like, and then there's a bunch of other people. So we're like, why can't we do this at the field? So we're doing this party, and that's going to be like kind of like bringing like old times back a little bit, in a new little vibe and new little twist. So I hope everybody comes there, and everybody's welcome to come. And NXL is going to stay open with the bar right there, and we have food, drinks, good times. So
sweet, dude. Super cool.
And
it's like European paintball. Everyone stays at the field and has a good time at the event. Like when you're over in Europe for those events, it's such a different vibe. Than the US has gotten pretty cool. I gotta say, the NXL events have been a lot of fun in recent years. Yeah. They've just been, there's stuff going on. People are excited to be there, right? So this is just building on that, which is awesome. The atmosphere is an important thing, part of like exciting media that is going to inspire players to come and try to become a professional paintball player or come compete at the national level is seeing people having a good time at these events as well, right? Like that's also important. You want to make it kind of seem larger than life. Like back in the day, Tyler brought up the Angel booth. The Angel booth, they had that whole area called Heaven. It was like a party, and it was like so exciting to be at.
A little crazy
a little crazy, but it was so exciting. I mean, I was a kid. I never even experienced it, but I know about it. I've heard about it so much, and I was just too young to partake in any of the stuff going on, but it was like all incredibly fun and exciting stuff. And so people look forward to going to events, and this is a World Cup. It's the biggest event of all time. To me, I say it's a major holiday. It's really the start of the holiday season. Absolutely love World Cup, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what kind of party we can throw. And I think Well, no. So a lot of the games do start on Thursday for the pro teams, but Tyler, we don't play. The top 4 teams don't play, right?
And
play Friday,
we wanted to do it on Thursday because we felt like weekend everything gets too serious. So Thursday you still have like, it's kind of like, hey, we're all here, let's have a good time and
little
then,
wiggle room.
Yeah, like it's not, we're like not raging till like 4 a.m. hopefully, and but like you still like I said, we can have a good time. Everybody goes home, and then we'll see in the morning again.
Miko, you're gonna be there till 4 a.m. Don't lie to us on here. You're a monster.
I'm just requesting that Archie's DJ set has to be before like 7 p.m. He's my roommate, so if he comes stumbling home at 3 a.m.,
you're gonna be there till 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna be.
Woo! You're gonna have.
I'll be there. I don't know about till 10. Maybe like 9:30.
Yeah. Well.
Also, I just want to say this. It's just a PSA. There's going to be also people out there walking around at World Cup that are going to be incognito that might be bigger than you could imagine, having eyes on our sport. This is the biggest debut and outlook on our game that we have each year. So please be mindful of that in the way that you carry yourselves out there. And let's really create an amazing energy. Let's create an amazing product that we debut to the world.
Yeah, that's exactly that's well what we want to do. And that's the whole thing. Like I'm looking into the event. I'm like, hey, we have venue, we have stuff. Like, let's just don't like come to the field, play our game, and disappear. Like, let's be there and have a good time. And I think this World Cup is going to be very special for many means.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Mickey, Dirty Goth Boy. He's going to be playing some paintball out at World Cup, so you'll definitely see him running around.
That's it.
Hell yeah. Yep.
Ty, I can tell you you lost your voice a little bit at practice, huh? We've been communicating out there.
This is just how it, like, anytime I'm playing paintball, this is just how my voice sounds.
The Mondays.
And then,
what's who did you guys practice this weekend?
We had the New Yorkers and we had Austin Notorious.
Oh,
nice.
Interesting. Yeah. You were practicing down in Houston?
Yep, out at Wasteland. Shout out to Wasteland Paintball.
I love that field. I love
too.
that field. Chris and those guys are just amazing people, very hospitality in next level,
Yes, and the turf is unbelievable. It's truly some of the best turf in the country. So it's nice to be sliding around out there on that. And then we'll roll into this beautiful, lush Florida World Cup grass. And it looks like the weather's going to be okay. Knock on some wood.
Fingers crossed, because it's supposed to be good. We don't want to jinx that. I bring rolling in. It's like we got to catch everything.
I bring the bucket hat everywhere I go, the visors, so we're ready for anything. But that's also, you got to be, come prepared for any type of weather. If you're coming out to World Cup, bring the hats, the visors, all that good stuff.
It's right now really nice here. It's like not too hot, not too cold. It's like perfect paintball weather.
Yeah.
Like, if it stays like this, we're gonna, like I say, we're gonna have an incredible World Cup. Marcelo, who did you guys practice?
We had X Factor and Impact out at X Factor Paintball Park. It was a phenomenal practice.
Oh, so you both guys were in Texas, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right down the street, I guess.
Texas is kind of becoming like the new spotlight of
it. Is.
Mm-hmm.
It's
kind of crazy because it was so long time kind of dead. There was nothing going on, and now it's like there's a lot of new talented teams coming out, and existing teams are still doing great. So
and there's so many paintball fields. Like, there are a ton of paintball fields in Texas all over the place.
Yeah.
100%. Hey, Miko, real quick, because we do have some Discord questions as well that I'll sprinkle in. I know we have more to talk about. We're not rounding the show out by any means, but on topic, Mark Paris wants to know, Miko, we're getting close to Thanksgiving and World Cup. So what is one paintball event that you're most thankful you got to attend, and why?
What's the best one this year? Actually, it was on the last year. So let's say in the season, I'm going to go again. We're going to go to the last Mexican Paintball League event in this year in Puerto Vallarta. Last year was in
nice
different place. So that was like my highlight of the year. So we have a pretty good team every year. We got a bunch of good guys there. So that's like, I just love to go down there. It's so much.
Who's on the squad on the MXL?
This year, it's going to be me, Paxson, Todd Boyer. The pro is kind of undecided yet, but I have a good idea who's going to be. And then La Soya and Rafa, the team owner, and a couple other guys from Mexico. So
Nice.
it should be good times.
Nice.
That sounds like one of the best lineups of all time. Let's go.
We're just like old and slow now, but and also has one hip and half a back, so it gives.
He's a legend.
Why is that your favorite event?
I just love it because it's like in Mexican time, so like everything kind of like just floats. It's not super serious. We're gonna have a good time. The level of play is actually pretty good, and like, I get to play with my friends. So
awesome.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's my favorite event of the year. Looking forward to go there this year in December again.
And Arturo does an amazing job of setting those up, running the MXL. So major shout out to him.
Arturo is the man, dude. He's
100%.
He's incredible. He's like
he's playing really well right now too. I'm excited for him.
Yeah, he's 100% a guy. He never goes like 90, 91.
Yeah, that's right. No, he's extremely passionate. Whatever he does, he's got a big heart and he cares a lot, and that shows through obviously the way he plays on the field, off the field, in his leagues. Everything is everything, kind of like they say.
Everything's everything.
And other event is always World Cup important for me. World Cup is important, but it's usually so stressful for me, and so much going on that I'm just like after World Cup, I'm like, all right, I need to like relax a couple of days,
Yeah.
So.
Oh man, it's a lot. And you've been going full tilt. You've been out here since Thursday, you said, of last week. So you've been capturing a lot of paintball film and being out there with Damage and Diesel. And who else was out there?
Infamous was here too.
Infamous, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone's getting crazy. Like the Legacy Sports Park nowadays. There's so many people on Sunday. It was literally the whole parking lot. You couldn't find parking. There's had to be like, I don't know, 500-600 cars in there at least.
Nice.
So it was pretty cool. And you see all these different teams and guys like playing paintball and practicing. It was a really cool day.
Yeah.
Miko, I got a question for you. Who has been your favorite paintball athlete to film, and why?
Well, I'm not going to actually disclose that because I don't want to disclose who are in the movie.
Oh, come on. It doesn't mean you have them in the movie.
It's
film
like,
all sorts of people.
honestly, like I like every person has like their different like thing, like Tyler is like completely, he has the super passionate, like you just turn to be a different animal on the field, that you're like the nicest guy outside of the field. And then I see your eyes, it's got like so much passion and you just want to go like smash people, and been filming Mouse. Mouse is awesome because he's so like all he wants to do is win and be the best, like it's just like, it's very cool to see that. And then like I said, we're filming Damage, I'm filming the Edwards brothers, they're different kind of guys. Like they win paintball tournaments, and those, they're not flashy, but they shoot so many people. And it's been kind of challenging with those guys because the style of play, it's not about bunkering people, and it's about shooting people and making those big moves. And it's really hard to capture them. But like I said, everybody in the movie is going to it's sick, So
yeah, we're excited to see it, man. It's going to be dropping, within the foreseeable future. So we'll be sure to keep everybody tuned into what's going on as the news rolls through.
Yeah, for sure. And then, that's the move. And then we'll see what we get into next year after the movie is done. You never know.
Oh, I know.
Nice.
Alex, he stays whipping that wrist around, cooking it up. He's in the kitchen all day.
I think he's more worried. It's like, what are you doing next?
Yeah.
It's like, you're crazy.
Funny. We talked to Oliver about that too,
Yeah. 100%. Alex is also, you guys are also working on the Iron Kids documentary, which is going to be epic. And Alex has an insane vision for what that could turn into, which I won't talk about. That's his thing to talk about. Yeah. But it is incredibly cool. Are you on that project, or is he?
No, I basically, it's all Dan and Alex and the different guys. I'm not on it. I'll help something if I need it. But, I got my hands full on everything else. So
just so much cool paintball content that's coming out. As a fan, I'm excited.
It's kind of like when you're like working on project and vision, like everybody has their own thing and like what they want to do. And like I said, it's like they have a really strong idea what the Iron Kids documentary is going to be. And it's definitely going to be like super good and like amazing, like different kind of approach of a paintball general, and I'm super excited to see it. But like I said, I don't need to go there and like start doing my vision on it, So like I'm doing my stuff, and I think that's important that like people stay true to their things. I spent a lot of time with Patrick Spore this year. Pat is the absolute legend, and like he's my the older brother to look, and like he's like I learned so much from him, like working him over the years. Like we've done a bunch of music festivals, bunch of music stuff, like all kind of different projects. We've done snowboarding and now paintball, so like he has so many visions. He's like hey, this is your thing, like you do it how you want to see it to be, and it's going to be good. If you start listening to too many people, it's not going to be good.
100%.
But you got to work together. I'm a strong believer in the teams and surrounding yourself with, like, I think in general in life, you want to surround yourself with the most creative and most talented people. And that makes you be better because you look in those like incredible people around you. If it's a paintball team, if it's a work situation, if it's anything, if you're inspired, like we have another good filmer. I don't think people really know. It's called Philip. Philip is like, he actually is a guy.
Philip's amazing.
And he's like film school guy, like, kind of like went to the long route to be in here. And he's like, how he looks at stuff and like his vision is like so much different than anybody I worked with in paintball. And it's super inspiring, So, and that goes, like I said, in a paintball team, like if you had you guys know if you have the top players around you, it's going to make you better. It shouldn't be intimidating. And like, that's the whole deal.
Philip is so amazing. I got to spend some time with him out in France and kind of pick his brain a little bit on his journey. And he is next level with the vision and such a great teammate, like you said, to have around you. And the good thing about having, like you said, super inspiring, really motivated people that want to achieve high levels of success is they're going to really push you. They're going to, the ones that care about you are going to say things to you that are going to, maybe be a little jolting, maybe be in your eyes, maybe like offensive or something. Some people get offended, but those are the kinds of people you want around you. You want to be jolted. You want to be moved by that conversation. That's the only way you're going to get better and reach new levels. So you need to keep super inspired, passionate people around you.
100%.
Yeah.
It's a completely different. I want to ask you guys' opinion. Like, are you guys doing that new format thing on Wednesday?
Oh yeah.
We are. Yep.
So what do you think of that? I'm not like 100%. Like I don't know exactly what's going to happen, So I don't like I know.
Yeah.
Tom explained me like kind of how it works. I think it's a cool idea. What do you
We're
guys
just as curious, dude. We are just as curious as you to see how it's going to work out. But essentially, it's going to be this different type of gameplay where you just play. I think it's 3 points, right? 3 points, 4 minutes. And you have to accomplish the goal of getting the 7 points, the 3 points, whatever it is that you accomplish in those segments. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I'm curious to see if there's going to be a button or a buzzer or a light or whatever, because I know that there's going to be something like that. So I'm just curious to see what it is.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see like how, like I said, every time something new happens, people are like, you maybe not like it right away. People didn't like the X-Ball in the beginning, people didn't like playing the airball bunkers in the beginning, so it's like we'll see, but that's on Wednesday, right?
It's on Wednesday. Yep. Full day.
Okay, yeah. So and what's the point on I guess everybody's trying to like, okay, well, when I talk to some people here, everybody's talking about like, oh, how do we get in the TV, how and that. I think like personally, I think that's like completely wrong way to approach this, in the paintball. Like I think we should just build our own community so strong that
agreed
people come to us. And I agree the current format is not good for broadcasting. It's not good for displaying the sport to the people who don't understand it.
I don't agree with that.
It's really tough to see what's going on, but that's just my opinion.
We just don't do a great job of explaining it. And sorry to interject like that, Miko. Have you been listening to recent shows by any chance? I know you've been
Nope,
busy. Okay. So I feel bad for the listeners because they're probably sick of hearing me talk about my thoughts on the new format and why we have issues broadcasting our sport. Football is complicated. American football is complicated. There are so many rules. I understand there's a focal point, but even with that focal point, when my girlfriend watches with me all the time, she still is confused. She's like, what's third down? Why didn't they have 4 downs? Why didn't they go for it on the 4th down if they have another opportunity?
Yeah.
Why'd they give the ball back? Like, it's confusing. It's only not confusing to us because so many of us have grown up watching it. It's normalized. It's taught in grade school. Kids start playing at a young age. Parents teach their children how to play at a young age. The rules and how the game is understood is taught to us from a young age. So it's instilled in our culture in this country. So it doesn't seem complicated. It seems easy to follow. But I remember when I first started watching football, it was not easy to follow. It was very complicated. I didn't understand it. So I didn't enjoy it. Yeah. As I started to fall in love with players and become fans of teams and things like that, I got more interested. Then I learned the rules. After I became a fan of players and teams, then I learned the rules. Then I learned how the game was played. Now I enjoy watching football from a different viewpoint. Now I enjoy understanding the skill, the talent, the matchups, all the in-depth stuff of football.
Yeah.
To me, that's what's important about paintball. I think all 3 of us here can watch paintball and enjoy watching it, I think, right? Maybe I won't speak for you, Miko. I think Tyler and myself enjoy watching paintball. When we see a high-level move get made, it's like, whoa, I understand why that was such a good move. I understand why that was so difficult. I understand how big of a moment. What's that?
I think it's a little boring.
Do you? Really?
Yeah. Well,
Man,
so this is like, I have this different point here. I don't know. I might be completely wrong, but I've been thinking about this quite a bit. Okay. So the one thing I kind of hate when you talk to people and they're like, oh, paintball is like, we need to have a more action. And everybody thinks the action is people bunkering each other. I think that's like absolutely dumb idea, because if people start just bunkering each other, now we're doing another repeating action over and over again, and it's going to get boring. So like what's wrong with paintball being a chess match, what it is, And I that's why personally I love the idea of like one game matters a lot. Obviously there's a lot of issues with that, but like every kill, every death in a paintball field should matter a ton. And I really think, like, I don't know what the right answer is, but like if you're making the sickest move of the tournament, it should matter a ton if it's like a semifinals or finals, which necessarily this current format doesn't allow you to do that, because if it's in the first point, it doesn't really matter. Nowadays it does, because every game is like 2-2, 1-1, whatever. But I think that the game being slower, it's not a necessarily bad thing. Because it is a chess match.
Totally agree. Those are some of the most exciting games to me, because the moves are magnified. It's like 100%. Exactly what you're saying. I 100% agree with that. And I see the direction you're kind of going, the discussion between like 7-man back in the day. Those moves, when they were made in 7-man, were massive because you play that team once. I don't disagree with that.
Or best out of 3.
Right. Yeah. I loved when the NPPL did that for those few years. They had like, I think it was actually best of 5.
Yeah, best out of 5. That's
or it was like best out of 3 in the prelims and then best out of 5. I forget. It was something like that. I thought that was amazing. I could also make the argument though that it is still very similar, and I love the art of a match. When you watch a player play a certain way, if they're just playing the same way the whole match, they're probably not that experienced, and it's not that exciting to me. But when I watch a player like Tyler, if I watch him play another team for a full match, and I watch the nuance in how he plays his spot differently given the point and the situation, and how he's one step ahead of his opponent, the in-depth like just paintball theory and masterfulness in that is really, really interesting to me. So if we could do a better job of explaining that and highlighting that and showcasing that, I think our sport has more exciting stuff than any other sport out there. I think there's more to talk about in our sport than any other sport out there.
But like I said, I've been thinking about it, and I think the people talking about the new formats right now and everything, just speeding up the game is not the right move. I think you got to make it more meaningful, because like I would love to see you, or like you play now methodical, pretty thoughtful paintball. Tyler is playing more back and like building up and going make these big. I want to see you guys doing like maybe a longer, slower thing where you're really talent and personality. I see you build up, like there's move to be made, and then you make the move, and you can actually perform that in a very game that matters a ton. And that would be like huge, like if you're like building a story into the, any kind of book, start movie, whatever it is, like you want to like it to be like coming up and coming up and coming up, and like, there's a win in the end, which sometimes in this current format, like it can be just very, dull and boring, because if somebody's beating somebody up really bad or whatever. But if it goes to like two very good teams, and I'm not saying it's going to be the 7-man with the one game. Like I said, it could be a movie.
Yeah, of course. Right.
But I feel like the chess match is under, because also like talking about the broadcasting, like nowadays, the broadcasting, like they could do a phenomenal job doing it. But for me, it looks like it's a replay, everything is a security camera angle. You're not really like in the game with the stuff you see everything, but you don't see anything what the player sees. What you watch from the broadcast is nothing what you, Tyler or Marcelo, you guys see on the field, because we're watching it from a security camera angle. It's a perfect angle for replays when you explain what happened in the chess match and you're putting pieces together. But like, I would like to see that we can do something that is maybe a little slower, and you're looking from your eye level, like, like what we kind of trying to do with this movie, like we're filming love from the behind. So you actually see behind you what are you doing and where your paintballs are going and shooting, So like there's like, for storytelling purposes, I think there's a lot of things we could do differently. But in my opinion, I just hate the idea that everybody's like, we need to get more action, and action is being everybody running to the center and bunkering, etc. I think it's going to get super boring if that's the case that happens. And it's kind of
totally agree.
It's talentless.
Yeah, totally agree.
It kills you starting from the, from your secondary bunker, whatever, and then you making the move and like looking at that opening and then blow it open, or like shoot the key guy and like, doing something like sacrificing yourself, whatever it is, or like putting something together with your teammates and making a big move on the side. Like that should matter a lot, and that we should build up to that momentum. And when that momentum is ready, like that's something we can look back, we can replay it, we can talk about it, and that goes to the educating the people, because there's not that much going on. There's a lot of things going on, but like you can go back to that. And it's like, what really happened here? It's not just like, oh, and here's the next point. We're going to back center guy shoots this way, like he does 50 other times, and this guy goes to this bunker. And I understand your point of like looking the bigger game as a bigger whole, like from point 1 to point 10. But I think it's just challenging for people who don't understand paintball, because there's so much going on, and it's an education thing. But exactly. if you would be able to slow down the game and make those big moves, like really like build up, like, okay, let's see what Marcelo did here. He started from the back center, and then he moved here. He talked to this guy. They put it together, and then they made the bunker this guy, whatever. Would have time to do that. And also the game you could actually follow and look at that, and you could see the anticipation and like build up. And that's kind of like what I'm thinking, like where we should go as a sport.
And that if you watch an NFL game, that's exactly what they do, right? They have that 45 seconds or that 30 seconds, and they build up the story that just happened there. They talk about that story, and then they move into the next play, and then they build up that story, and then the story starts to get heightened, and it becomes this big thing, and then it comes into the final moment. So I think that we have an amazing format, an amazing game that we play. There's a couple little minor tweaks that can be made to really accentuate what we're already doing. And then I know Marcelo talks about this all the time, but having a split deck kind of eats away at that time that we would build the story up like they do with the NFL. So I
think it's the dumbest idea ever, but
I understand why they have to run a tournament. I understand why Of course, they have to run their event, and we want them to have a successful event. But I'm just saying, for what we're talking about, if we're going to build a show and we're going to build something, a product that is going to really be appetizing and really feed people, that's what's going to happen. I mean, just imitate what works, right? I always just say, like, all right, what's working? All right, kind of copy that. Like NFL has a really good formula. They've worked on this thing for a long time to come to this moment of putting a show together. So if you kind of emulate that same type of recipe, I think you'll have a lot of success with it. And I really love what they're doing with the drones. We're getting a lot of unique angles. So I think that's going to really start to blow up as well into the future.
Yeah, Darren has a lot of amazing ideas what he wants to do, and we talk about it a lot. But like I said, I'm just afraid that going like and doing a new format, it's like we're thinking that making it faster and more action means that people are just going to run each other like this, because I don't think that wasn't paintball for me. That's like not paintball.
Yeah.
I never thought that was the thing, So
it's going to be all of it. Like, we're going to have that. We're going to have this. We're going to have 1-on-1s. We're going to have 3-on-3s. We're going to have 10-on-10s. It's this eclectic stew of paintball that we're brewing, and we're just feeding this paintball monster and trying to find what's going to work. And by God, if it works, it works. It pops here. It gets us a little bit of notoriety, and we can run with that a little. I'm all for it. I really am with Marcelo on team paintball. I love team paintball. I think that there's also ways that you can accentuate. Like, I think that you have the 1-versus-1 duel. I think that there should be a doubles as well. I think that a doubles.
Oliver wants to do that already. Tag team duel.
Yeah, I think that there would be so much magic, because you want to know why? Because one player is going to whoop up two people, and people are going to go, "Oh, damn, that dude just smoked both of them in one point."
So they played a joust on the grand finale, and it was one of the best entertaining paintball things I ever seen. It was like, because they had like Lasoy was playing, Oliver was playing, like Blake was playing, like there were a bunch of cute players were playing the joust. It's a team format of 1-on-1. It's back and forth with the coaching. It goes all crazy, Yeah. And there are some super, super sick highlights. And then I was thinking, like, that would be so sick to do, like, with like Houston Heat playing Dynasty in the joust, it's a team 1-on-1, and maybe the coaching goes away at that point. And then, but you're still working as a team. And there's so many things, like, let's say somebody goes in a winning streak. Like, I don't think people even thought about this until lately. Like, when Oliver was actually doing it, it's like, you just go trade the guy, run the guy down, like, get that guy off the field because he's in a hot streak. And then, like, they have the trump cards that you can bounce the player off. So that was really entertaining to watch.
I want to just touch on one more thing too about the format. Not so much the format, but what I truly believe works. And it's very telling that, although I love watching football, yesterday the Bengals played the Bills, right? Huge matchup. Had it circled on the schedule like pretty much all season, because everybody knew that that's going to be a good rivalry game. It's a huge game. You have, Joe Burrow. The storyline of the Bengals versus the Bills is a big one. I could watch that from start to finish. If the Seattle Seahawks are playing the Atlanta Falcons, I am so uninterested in watching that football game. It's the same sport. It's the same game. Same game. You have professional athletes that are incredible at what they do, but I don't care, because I'm not invested in any of those personalities. I have no emotion, attachment, or any sort of interest in those players or the organization. So is it a format thing? Like, it's the same format, but I don't care about watching, right? To me, that's very telling. It's like, look at all of the Swifties that started watching football. They have crazy numbers on this. The NFL gained like 1 million followers. Travis Kelce was like 400,000 followers. All these Swifties are watching the Kansas City. Are you up to date on what's going on there, Miko?
Not too much.
So Travis Kelce is a tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's one of the best tight ends of all time. Hall of Famer for sure. 2-time Super Bowl champion. In any case, he just started dating Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah.
So okay. So they made it public, and she's like,
Rock. Even I do live under Rock.
Well, I don't know, Miko. You were unsure what Swifties were. So, but Taylor Swift has been going to Chiefs games, and because of that, tons of Taylor Swift fans have been coming and watching football. Like, it's this whole thing.
That's crazy.
It's this whole thing, right? People care. People get attached through emotion. Maddie always says it. You have to give people a reason to care. So I think something like the the movie that you guys are working on is a great example of that. The lifestyle, getting people to buy into personalities, to players, to athletes, and organizations. That's huge. We got Todd Martinez on the show. What's happening, T?
What's happening? Let's go, baby. You got team money.
Sorry for all the listeners on the YouTube. Old Tizzle just popped in with Tyler to say what up. But anyway, I just, again, to me, that is so telling that I love watching football so much, and I could watch two teams that I'm so invested in, I'm so interested in, and I could watch the same game, same professional level of two different teams that I don't care about, and I think it's so incredibly boring. Like, so boring. So boring. It's the same with basketball. It's the same with paintball too. There's teams in the league that I'm sorry, I'm just not watching your games.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
and it's no disrespect. It just is what it is, right?
Maybe that's also like maybe there's too many teams or something, you know, like maybe it needs to be more concentrated teams. And I don't know, but that's but like you're right. The like it goes to every sport. Like I watch, you know, UFC, it's the same thing. Like, you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't you follow the personality and like sometimes you almost like, you know, maybe it's from an Instagram clip or something, and you start following this person, and then you know that leads to you following the fight or following another sport or whatever it is, you know. So well, football is easy for me because I'm from Europe. I didn't really care about football at all. Right. So I moved to US. My roommate Josh Durbin at the time, shout out for Josh Durbin.
Shout out to Durbin.
So he was a huge Packers fan, right? And he was like, "You gotta start watching football with me." I'm like, "Oh, like, so when we started watching Packers games, so I got huge like." I'm a Packers fan, you know. I got hugely invested in the Packers just because this weird thing that I start following him, you know. I still follow him. I don't really watch sports anymore. I'm too, you know.
You're busy, man.
Totally. It's entertainment. At the end of the day, like
free time, I'm out there.
At the end of the day, that's why people tune in. It's entertainment, and what entertains people the most, it's things they are attached to, things they are invested in, right? And that comes down to connecting with an athlete, you know, being able to have somebody that inspires you. You know, I was a Kobe fan before I was a basketball fan. Actually, I was a Kobe Bryant fan before I even watched basketball. Does that even make sense? Does that make sense?
No, you know, with me. I was
and and then I became a massive basketball fan because of the individual.
Yeah,
so it happens.
And that's like, well, but overall in paintball, it's an exciting time because I feel like there's, you know, Bart and Dom Cole are trying to make things happen. You know, they're trying to improve the sport. They're like amazing people, and they're trying to improve the sport. Like the teams are trying to improve the sport. Like Oliver is doing completely different, trying to improve the sport. You guys are doing your thing. You're improving the sport, and like, and there's like, I feel like it's like the new generation kind of jumped in, you know, that first generation, like when and everything kind of slowed down because they did so much for the sport. They created this sport.
Yeah.
Pioneers and like the early 2000s, that's a wild time to be in paintball. Like it was so crazy, you know, and that kind of like maybe economy crashing and, you know, and all that stuff. And it kind of like dulled out, you know, and it was like kind of stuck. And I feel like there's happening like a new wave and people are really trying to do something, and that's why I don't think people should be judgmental, whatever it is. You know, if the new format is on Wednesday and it's a great and you play it, like play it, see what happens.
Let's try it.
Nothing is it's not gonna hurt it, you know.
Totally.
It can be evolving, you know. But anyways, so
well, I love it, Miko. It sounds like there's some exciting stuff happening with Hormesis, and World Cup is right around the corner. I leave tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Tyler, you're already in Orlando, you said?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we just got in today. We took off this afternoon, and Mishko was ripping his bike around. I don't know if any of y'all saw this guy on the Instagram socials. Go check out Todd Martinez's Instagram.
Bro, be safe, Mishka.
Dude, he is a monster.
He's a monster.
He's amazing.
We're up eating steak and eggs and getting ready, and we had a really good weekend of practice. So we're out here and we are excited to see the field. We get to practice on the field for this new format drop as well, which is really cool. Yeah. It's like the first time ever we've been able to like play on the actual tournament field. So we're going to be out there running around on Wednesday. Yeah. And
Hormesis booth is going to open at probably noonish on Wednesday. So we have some cool stuff, new stuff, stop by. And then we're going to have the party on Thursday. So I'm hoping to see everybody there.
Dude, and Kid Arch is gonna have a set that's gonna be legendary.
Oh yeah. That's his gonna be. It's gonna be epic, you know.
I can't wait. Yeah, and PTG listeners, please come say what up. If we see you out there, I know we're gonna have a little PTG meetup for all the goats at some point. But if you see Tyler or myself or Miko, any of us, say what's up. Again, this is truly like, I really feel like World Cup's a holiday. I love World Cup. It's just as soon as you land in Orlando, there's such a special feeling that's in the air. The airport, the event, it's such a good time. It's an incredible event. So if this is your first time, it's the time to make friends and you know, integrate yourself in the paintball community and see how receptive everybody is. So I'm excited to see everybody, and I truly can't wait.
All right.
Yes. Yo, and also just so everybody knows, Pate Smith Law is
Oh,
putting
yeah.
up $5,000
Yo.
for the best move on Sunday, and normally it's 1,000, but they are throwing $5,000
That's
to.
epic.
Yeah, it's insane.
That's
So,
epic.
it's
Best move
crazy.
on Sunday, $5,000. Whew,
That's right.
Players are going to be out there not giving a damn about winning the game. There's like, I'm going for it.
Yeah.
Full send. Full send.
Charlie's dinner from that dude.
Yeah, Charlie's dinner. Yeah. So if you don't win the tournament, but you get move of the event, I think you still get to go to Charlie's.
Yeah, you just put all that money at Charlie's.
Yeah, I think you still get to go treat yourself to Charlie's.
And thank you to everybody that's tapping in PTG World in the Discord. If you don't know what that is, you can message us on here on YouTube or message us on Instagram, and we can give you more information on that. But it is an amazing platform that we're connecting with so many paintball players through. And I think Miko's taking us downstairs right now. What do we got going on, Miko?
Rocky, come here.
No way.
A legend.
We got Rocky Cagnoni in here.
Rocky
dog.
Cagnoni.
We got all the dogs.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we got ping pong tables.
All the dogs, pin box. We got the Rocky.
There he is, legend.
Let's go,
All
baby.
Rock.
I should.
You
Dude,
want
and
cheese on that, Rock?
What?
You
Extra
want cheese
cheese.
on that?
I want to melt it, baby.
And you, dude, Rock just had neck surgery. Are you doing okay, brother?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got a little droopy face. And I
dude,
gained like 30 pounds, but I'm
bro. I love you so much, Rocky. I'm glad to hear that you're doing good, bro.
Oh, I'm doing great.
Yeah, Rock.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
Can't wait to
Let's
see you,
go.
brother. See you in a couple days.
Hell yeah.
Legends.
Yo,
Ever.
we got this
Let's go,
one.
boys.
Yeah.
World Cup is upon us. Tis the
Yo.
season. Tis
Yo.
the season.
So everybody head over to the YouTube.
No, I gotta give it. I gotta let it breathe a little bit because it's
Yeah.
cut on your neck.
I saw him
Damn, Rock, what happened? What kind of neck surgery did Rock have?
like this.
It's my Rocky Balboa left.
Yeah.
dude. Come on, back up.
Damn, bro. All
right, guys.
Legend.
Oh, man.
All right,
Miko,
Miko.
thank you so much for the time, brother.
Are you guys doing it from the house over here?
Dude, it's live. You are live action right now, bro. We're on the show. Let's go.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys this week. See you at the
Okay.
Hormesis party.
Sounds
We'll
good.
see you soon.
Love
All
you,
right,
brother.
then- Marchie, I got some more details later, Meek.
Okay. Awesome.
Yep. We'll
Peace,
see you
Meeks.
soon, brother. And then, yo, that was so
Legend,
epic.
dude. Legend. Awesome.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it really is truly a holiday, and we can't wait to see everybody as they make their journey. Safe travels to everybody. And just so everybody knows as well, support, the companies that support PTG, all of our sponsors. Thank you so much to everybody that supports us. Right now, HK is having Black November, so be sure to check that out. Crazy deals going on.
Hell
And
yeah. Let's go.
we're going to see everybody soon in Florida, so let's party. Let's go.
Awesome. Yeah, Ty, what are the deals for Black November? Where can people go? Should they just go to hkarmy.com?
That's right.
Are they on the site? Do we have any info? Is it like a certain % off or?
Yes. Go to hkarmy.com.
News.
There's $100 off gear bags, 20% off on jerseys, pants. And
Told you it was the
just-
holiday season.
Yep, it's holiday time right now. So
Nice.
definitely show some love there.
Awesome, man. Well, Ty, I love you. Can't wait to see you, man. And let's have some
Love
fun
you
this
too.
weekend. Again, hopefully late Sunday afternoon, we'll be matching up in the
Yep.
finals. And
You know it.
either way, it's going to be a good show on Tuesday.
Yeah, dude, we have so much paintball to play here coming up, and it's crazy because we get like a tournament little practice, on Wednesday,
Yeah.
and then we get some more like tournament level practice because we already have a bye into Sunday. So it's
Right.
very interesting how this
Right.
particular tournament rolls out.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
Those games are still so important, though,
For
because
sure.
seeding is huge. And I think it's like the greatest way to test yourself. Usually sometimes you'll get a bracket where in the prelims you don't really get tested, and that's not always a good thing. So it's nice. You play, the top teams,
Yep.
and you're still in there on Sundays. So,
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yeah, baby. Well, hey, you be safe, and we'll see you out here shortly. You're going to be taking off in the morning.
Yeah, sounds good, brother. All right, I'm gonna
All right,
hop in the
dude.
studio, get this up for everybody. PTG fam, thank you guys so much. We'll see you at Cup.
See you, Cup.
Peace. All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and rocking with us. As always, if you enjoyed the show, please head over to ptgpaintball.com and show your support by becoming a member of the Discord. Get access to all sorts of exclusive awesomeness, a fun community, an amazing community, and it's an amazing way to support the show so that Tyler and myself can continue to bring you guys this amazing content. Or an even better way to support is just share the episodes. If you share it on your socials or leave a comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, all that kind of stuff. It really goes a long ways, and we truly appreciate it. It's no cost. It's just a little bit of effort, and it really does help us, hit the algorithm, which is like an important thing, I guess, especially if we want to get paintball seen in front of the masses and people that don't already look for paintball stuff. But anyway, I'm rambling now. I got to pack and get ready for World Cup. Love you guys, and as always, we will see you very soon.